friends, and welcome back to the main channel. Today we are doing what I got for Christmas 2024. We are also going to be reviewing Joy to the World later on today. So you'll get 2 videos out of me today. So what we're going to do, because I'm holding the mic, we're not going to show off every item, but we are going to talk about some. So the items I can't really pick up due to heaviness, due to safety element, because I don't want them to break. And so I'll talk about them, and then I'll show you some others. So let's first of all talk about the do not bend item. Do not bend means do not bend, but the item I got that do not bend is, if you watch back most of my videos from this year, and you'll see there's a frame in the background. There's a lot of signatures on it from all the doctors. Well, this year I got an updated version of that said list. It's a signed autograph sheet with everyone's name on it, of all the doctors current. All the images are no longer your standard images, and now the ones that have collection boxes, they're collection box set images, but otherwise they're other images of a similar style. So before we go any further, I do like to mention, I am making this video purely not to brag. This is purely for in the future. I can look back and say, that's what I got in 2024. I also do this so that I don't have to make those my Doctor Who collection 20 August 2024, December 2024, January 2024, and I don't have to make one of those videos, because some people make those videos and I quite like them, but I don't like making them every month, and I don't think they're necessary really for this channel. So at the end of the year, it's around what we got for the Christmas, because that's when we do the birthday, we do that as well. They're the 2 main times they get a large update to my collection. I also made this video so that I can got more elements to talk about, and that I say I'm going to review that, so that you know what upcoming videos will be coming out over the next few months, and so that I can then talk about these things in detail, where, as in before, I might not talk about these programs or these things. So it's just a way of talking about things and for future use in the future. So I'm not trying to brag. So without further ado, let's find out what our second items. Our second item is another item I'm not going to be able to physically show. So let's give some context. So on Doctor Who Earthbound, my Doctor Who based series, there is a character who is trapped in an iPad, the Master. Well, the Master has now been trapped in a bigger iPad. Though in his first story back, he will mention, why does this feel like there's more room all of a sudden? So he will reference the tallness, the wideness of it, because I've now got an updated iPad, so that we'll be able to do a more wider feel for the Masters. He's trapped in this wider iPad, now he's trapped in this wider world, and you'll find out more about the Master and why he's trapped in there as the series goes on, before we reach our finale. And it will also help to so that if I need to edit a really complicated Photoshop photo and I'm not near my computer at that time, then I can do it on that iPad. So it's useful in many ways, but there's 2 ways that'd be useful for YouTube at least. This is Tom Mason, the YouTube channel that's trying to be a TV show but failing miserably. The next item we're going to show is this cup. So this cup, if you can see, is a very detailed cup. So it's a cup that is collapsible. It's a cup that has got more capacity for liquid, which, if you really think about it, and I have really thought about it. It's an incredible amount of liquid that you can get out of it, which, as a whole, is a good thing. And I'll be honest, we all need excellent things every so often. So, our next item is this. So I'm just going to show it you. Like, this isn't going to work incredibly well, but here is said item. This is Blake 7. The reason why I walk out frame to show you the item is so I can make sure that we're in focus and whatnot. This is Blake 7, which is a TV series created by Terrence Dicks, who also worked on The Daleks of Doctor Who. In this Blu-ray box set, there is a documentary created by, you guessed it, Chris Chapman, which is incredible. Well, I've not seen it yet, so I know it looks amazing from the trailer, is all I'll say for now, because I'm excited to watch that. Next on our list of things that we got is Shelby. So Shelby is an amazing TV series, as I itch my head. I can tell you, this 11-disc set contains every episode of the initial run of 6 series, 1979 to 1984, plus further 4 series from 1988 to 1992, include the 1990 Christmas special and the 1991 New Year's special. And here it is in all of its glory. It was airing on That's TV earlier in the year, so that means that more people are going to get into the show. So next we have the most recently released Blu-ray box set. I think that's not a bad thing overall. I think it's a good thing, and this has some more incredible documentaries, more incredible behind the scenes, and more incredible features. I personally am very excited for it. Sorry if I've not been in frame properly this video, and I'm sorry if I'm now in frame properly. I do apologise. So next, we'll move on to our next item that is show-offerable. This is a Taskmaster, I'm going to say it in that voice, Taskmaster t-shirt. So it's a white t-shirt, but it's got the Taskmaster logo on it. How amazing is that? It feels very nice. If you want to know what it feels like, it feels very soft. Next we have The Darling Buzz and May on DVD, which is far better than The Larkins, which is the reboot that came out a few years ago. So there you go. It stars David Jason, Pam Ferris, Philip Franks, and Catherine Zeta-Jones. This is a complete 20th anniversary collection. Next, 2 items that I don't want to drop or break is the 1% Club, the Lee Mack quiz show board game, a Mr. Men book celebrating the King, and the Beat the Chasers board game, which I'll probably talk about at some point in further detail, because once I played them, I'll be able to tell you how amazing they are. So far, they look amazing, and I am excited. Next, I got a cup that keeps things warm. So it's warm, and then if you've got a cool drink, it keeps a cool drink cool, because you always need to keep cool or keep something warm. Next, we have Robbie Coltrane in Tutti Frutti, his Scottish series. That is amazing. So that's Robbie Coltrane, Richard Wilson, and Emma Thompson, and Mikira Rovis, Maurice, RICE space ROEVES. So there you go. It's a brilliant series, and I would highly recommend it. I think it might be still available on the BBC iPlayer. Next, we have the Box of Delights. This version, written by John Mansfield, which is all versions written by John Mansfield. But this version is illustrated by Quentin Blake, who does, I think he did a lot of Roald Dahl books. Quentin Blake, if I'm not mistaken. He has his own TV series called Box of Treasures. Not seen it yet, but it does look quite good, because it's all illustrated by Quentin Blake. Our next item, without dropping it. I'm sorry if this sounds rushed, I've just realised, but I do apologise. Next, we have a 9-disc collection of Ian Rankin's original version of Rebus. So when I say the original version of Rebus, it's the ITV editions of Rebus, starring John Hannah for a bit, and then it goes to Ken Stott, and then people think Ken Stott is Rebus, but then you get used to the BBC Rebus after a while. This is fantastic. I do think Ken Stott, and everyone agrees, when you watch these programs about these things, I think Ken Stott was slightly better than John Hannah, and I think John Hannah would agree that Ken Stott was a better fit for the role of Rebus. Ian Rankin, might I say, was the author of the Rebus books. That's why it's called Ian Rankin's Rebus, because Ian Rankin wrote the books of Rebus. He also he dipped in and out, but when you watch a Rebus documentary, he is always there because he is the man of the hour. He's the one that wrote the books in the end, and you need to have the author there so that you know that your production is going to be as faithful as it can to the books, whilst keeping the elements of what makes a good TV series at the same time. Next, we have the Box of Delights, which is what that book was. The Box of Delights 40th anniversary DVD collection. This is very much similar, in the same similar vein to what the Doctor Who books are like, in the same sort of vein. It has, once again, got a documentary by Chris Chapman within it. He said it was his dream gig, so I'm really excited to see how he's brought the Box of Delights to life in this fantastic new way with this documentary. Because sadly, with a lot of TV, when it goes on, sadly we have lost Patrick Troughton. So sadly that means that this documentary has to be the legacy for Patrick Troughton, but at the same time has to be a legacy of the show itself as well. So it will be a hard balance to get between. Thank you, Patrick Troughton, for doing it, but then also this program was incredible and did a lot of good for the actors, which is another thing that's a good thing, shall we say. So, our next item is the Celestial Toymaker animation. Yes. So this has the first. I made a video where I talked about one of the collection box sets, and they've got a documentary. Well, they've got an extra on there for an escape room. Well, this has the first part of it, if I remember correctly. It does have the first escape room in it. So this started off all of the escape rooms, and I'm excited to watch this due to the animation style being different, and I'm excited to see how the animation style is different from this to other variants. Now, we shall move on to our next two items. The reason why I say next two is because they're in the same hardback, and I won't be able to hold them properly. So if I just hold it like this. So we've got Doctor Who, the Time Travelling Amatic, the official guide to the Doctor's years, and this next book is Taskmaster, the Companion, an absolute casserole, written by Alex Horn and Jack Bernhardt, who I have both interviewed. They are amazing, and so far the audiobook of this is incredible. So I'm really excited to read the other one, but the audiobook of that is amazing. Now our next two items, which we'll talk about, which we won't show due to the fact that I feel like I'm going to drop something off a pile somewhere, is Series 3, Volume 4 of a Doctor Who DVD. And the other one is The Daleks in a colorization that aired last year that then helped make the War Games in Colour possible, which I did review last year. So you can go and find that if you want to hear my points of view on the box set. Well, on the colorization itself. Next, we'll move on to some tin cups. Yes, some tin cups. And again, using the same design as that t-shirt, they are Taskmaster tin cups that are amazing. Used mainly, some people suggest camping, which is a good suggestion on that front. Next, I got some more chocolate. So I'm not going to show the chocolate off because we all know what chocolate looks like. I got more chocolate in just more chocolate. What's more else you can say. The next two items, which came as a pair when I opened them, and I do want to say thank you for all my presents, is Button Moon, the complete collection, and if you can see it, the complete collection of Count Duckula. These have been restored into the best version that they can be for both TV shows, and they're both incredible. So if you've not seen them already, I highly recommend the DVD, and I highly recommend them. I think they're available also on ITVX Premium as well, not just via DVD, but the DVD, in my opinion, would be the best way to go about it. But again, that is my opinion, and not everyone uses DVDs these days, and which is, I think, is a little bit sad. But technology moves on. Next, we have Fraser Hines, is The Evil of the Daleks, a nightmare from the past, brings horror from the future. Oh, so here it is in all of its glory. How amazing is that? The cover is brilliant, and the back of it says, "I'm going to show Zoe the sort of thing that she may be in for. Have you heard of the Daleks?" And I quite like how companions these days are writing books and are writing material for their companion, as in their character in Doctor Who, and they're getting a good reception from them, and I think that's a good thing that they're getting a good reception from it, because it means that their character is improving, as in storyline wise. So next is a heavy book, which you probably won't be able to see that well, because I think that the writing on it is slightly dark, right? Even though it is in gold, it says, "Doctor Who, I TARDIS, Memories of an Impossible Blue Box, as told to Steve Cole." And this, might I say, is heavy, but incredible. Now, if you listen to the audiobook version, you'll know that how incredible this is and how I want to review this. So once I've finished it, I will review it, because it is out of this world incredible. We're nearly at the end here now. We're on the home stretch, is what I'm going to say. Next is, now, I technically don't agree with this title, because I use Series 14, but this is the Series 14 that isn't called that on the box set. Series 14 DVD, and here's the back, with all the episodes from Rogue, to Dot and Bubble, to Boom, not Joy to the World, which was amazing by the way. It has all of the episodes on it. Joy to the World will be released separately. I can guarantee you that for definite, because they would not want to release it. And our final two items on our whirlwind trip around the world of things I got is, now let's just say that this, the Liberation of the Daleks comic, the 14th Doctor Adventure Begin Here comic, which is relevant to the timeline of the 14th Doctor, is slightly bigger than this year's 2025 Doctor Who annual. So I was laughing when I opened this, because why should it be bigger than an annual? It's a comic book. It shouldn't be that bigger than an annual, which I thought was hilarious due to that fact that why should it be bigger than the annual? Because I don't know how big the images are on the inside. I just think that's brilliant. For the first 14th Doctor adventure from the after he's regenerated, which helps canonise and helps people to understand certain elements that make no sense for the anniversary specials. It means that you learn more, but I just find it funny that it's that big. So, there we have it. That's what I got for Christmas 2024. We got a lot of Doctor Who stuff, a lot of good Doctor Who stuff, and a lot of good other stuff that will be relevant on my other channels when I come to review them. So I'll probably talk about the Taskmaster t-shirt, Taskmaster mugs on Taskmaster World. The weird side, talk about everything else, because I can't think of another. Oh, and the book. I'll talk about that on Taskmaster World. So there we have it. I absolutely love these, and thank you very much for them. The things we won't be talking about ever again on the channel are the mugs, due to the fact, unless I show off the mug, show me drinking the mug and say this is amazing, just take my word that they are amazing anyway. And so thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you had a wonderful Christmas. I'll be back later today with my review of Joy to the World. Time or tomorrow. Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.